All right, let's call meeting to order. Would everyone please bow their heads for the invocation and pledge allegiance to be led by Commissioner Cootish.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this day and we thank you for our beautiful county. Please guide our hearts and minds as we make our decisions today. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask this in the name of the Lord. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first order of business is July 1st, 2021 meeting minutes and a motion to approve.
I'll move that motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of bills, Mr. Postal.
Start as usual with accounts payable, which total $726,044.25. Payroll account is $365,030.25. 911 account bills are $17,625.60. One check in the CDBG account for $283.56. And one check in the liquid fuels account for $670.39. Move motion to pay the bills.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Treasurer's report. Deb?
Our beginning balance is $1,338,999.25. We had deposits of $780,375.71. We transferred from LEPC $221.57. We transferred from 911 $21.62. And we had interest of $544.87. We agree with the reading of the bills by Commissioner Postal, leaving us an ending balance of $1,029,088.52. Our liquid fuels account has $445,136.15. Our Act 89 has $402,790.52. Our 911 has $974,875.30. Our LEPC has $27,640.87. Our local use fund has $587,095.30. Our capital reserve has $15,645,207.97, and it's all subject to audit.
Thank you. The motion to the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting events, Mr. Postal.
I've not yet done this, Mr. Chairman, but I'll give a list to the chief clerk for incorporation in the minutes.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Cootish?
I've provided my list to the chief clerk, and I'd also like to welcome Tanner Ferguson and Taryn Ferguson from MCTV. Thanks for filming today.
Okay, thank you. And I'll also provide a list. Public comment. See none, we'll move on. Under new business, the Mifflin County Bridge Program, recognition of completion of the Meadow Township bridges. Mr. Postal, Commissioner
thank you.
Cootish, would you like to say anything about them?
Mr. Chairman, we want to recognize the first projects that were done under our $5 local fee program that we instituted a couple of years ago. Mano Township and Union Township, and Union will be here in the future, have completed bridges. These are for two bridges in Mano Township. They stepped up first, they completed. Total projects was around $215,000, and you'll see that our portion, county portion, is about $193,000. So we partnered with Mano. We're partnering with Wayne, Oliver, Granville, Union. Hope I didn't leave anybody out. There might be another one. Decatur, thank you. And we'll have those presentations in the future. Thank you.
Glad to see Township Supervisor Harry Cleaver here today. This is a great program, this bridge program that was started. It's good to see the townships working together with the county to address these concerns. There's so many bridges, small ones in particular, that need help, rehabilitation, and this program, this $5 use fee that we pay on our registration is paying big dividends. It's making it go a long way, and we look forward to helping out more municipalities in the future.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cleaver, let's have the podium.
Thank you very much for inviting me here this morning. I just want to say a quick word about this particular program. These two bridges that we had worked on in Menlo Township are shorter bridges. One was 18 feet and the other was, I think, about 16 feet. But they are primary arteries that go from Black Mountain Road along Big Valley to 655. So they have very heavy traffic usage. And they were bridges that were originally built back in the early 1900s. So they were in bad shape and needed a lot of help. They were complete teardowns and rebuilds. So without the funds, it would have been almost impossible for us to take care of the problem the way we needed to take care of it. So we want to thank the commissioners for the support and thank the community for the support also.
Yeah, again, Mr. Chairman, stress what the program does. Our bridge program provides up to 90% of the funding necessary. As Mr. Cleaver has mentioned, the townships couldn't do it on their own. So they're paying no more than 10% for these bridge rehabs, with the bridge program providing 90. So it's a win-win for everyone. The bridges are getting fixed and it's not too much of a burden on the townships, and these improvements are being made.
Very much. Thank you.
We'd like to present you a check. Present you a check?
I'll take the check, man.
This doesn't fit into the ATM machine, so
Okay.
I'm very passionate. I'm going to go up there, outside, or right here?
Up to you guys.
Right here.
Right here? Okay, why don't you get in
You
the
guys
cover?
arrange yourselves.
I told them to make it payable to Harry Cleaver Inc.
There you go. This will work.
All right, 1, 2, 3, and we have one more here. All right, thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, we take it back. You got the little one.
We need it for the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have a request for exoneration of 2021 county portion per capita taxes. Hager Township Tax Collector Sidney McKnight has 41. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have an offer for 3 parcels located in Lewistown Borough that's currently in repository for unsold properties. That offer is $1.
Just to explain a little bit, Mr. Chairman, this is related to Lewistown Borough's project, redevelopment project on Valley and 3rd Street. They got funds to raise the building that's there. Obviously, they can't do that until they get the property, and that's what this is, and that's why it's $1. So I'm happy to make a motion to participate in this.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Annual Human Services Development Fund Certification. Allison?
This is the form that you sign annually to allow us to submit the Human Service Block Grant submission to the state. So that's the paper you have before you. And Kathy Whalen and Bob Henry are also here from JDBDS to represent the mental health ID portion of that. So if you have any questions for us, we're here.
What is the mental health portion of it?
It's the services that they are providing through the funding that comes out of this grant. It's what we went over the other day at our end of year annual reporting with you. So it's pretty lengthy.
Do they have anything they want to add?
Do you have anything you want to add?
I don't think so, other than that, funding is basically flat from last year. And with COVID happening over the course of the last fiscal year, we don't have too many new and exciting things to report, other than the fact that we get through the other side. Hopefully, provide robust services in the future.
You're not going to see any changes from the previous year. Just all trying to maintain this year.
Okay, any questions? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Allison. We have an amendment number 2 to the Professional Administrative Services Agreement with CEDACOG for the COVID-19 Hospitality Industry Recovery Program, or CHIRP. Mr. Cluzy? Morning.
So as you mentioned, CEDACOG actually has been really helping us out really well with the COVID-19 Hospitality Industry Relief Program, otherwise known as CHIRP program. Since the program started earlier this year, it was made possible via Act 1 of 2021 in Pennsylvania. There was funds made available out of the Workers' Compensation Security Fund that was shuffled around from the state budget to allow these funds to be made available specifically to businesses in the accommodation subsector or the food and services or drinking places subsector, which allowed different businesses that met certain eligibility criteria, such as having 300 employees or less, have a net revenue of less than $15 million, and had to prove and demonstrate that they had a reduction in gross receipts of less than at least 25% reduction between various different quarters between 2019 when COVID-19 hit and when they were demonstrating a loss since 2020. With that said, through the whole program, I'm actually really pleased to announce that there were 20 businesses that benefited from this particular program in Mifflin County. If you would want me to, I can be more than happy to list them all, but just to put some information out there to the public regarding the amount of money we're talking about, there was a total of $512,576 that went to businesses that, again, proved that they had significant losses due to the pandemic. These are specific businesses that were probably primarily targeted hard by the losses because, for example, lodging and food and restaurant businesses, for example, were the ones that were not able to receive typical business as people were under lockdown and other items like that. So this specific program was made available by the state, and county commissioners appreciate you stepping up to the plate, working with CEDACOG to move this forward. But again, you say the word, I can list the different businesses to receive the grant.
But the list is here for anybody that wants it.
True. So the list is here, but again,
I don't know if you said there were 20.
20,
You said
yes.
20. The average grant was about 22,000, I believe. You'll have to do the arithmetic, but again, there's the list.
Mark,
And-
could you read the names of the businesses without the amounts?
Sure, absolutely. And just to affirm this, out of the 20 different businesses, again, these are all in the hospitality industry. And I'm pleased to say this too, between the 20 different applicants, we were able to exhaust 100% of the funds that were made available to the county, which was based on a funding formula made up by the state based on population. So with that said, the 20 businesses that did receive the grants are Patty D. Inc., Shy Bear Brewing, the Reedsville Reserve LLC, Main Street Bar of Milroy, the Super 8 of Burnham and Lewistown, Quality Inn and Suites at Burnham and Lewistown, Big Daddy's Grill and Chill, Milroy Hospitality LLC, also known as the Best Western Nittany Inn, Milroy, Michelle's OIP Restaurant and Pizzeria, the Major League Bottle Shop, Tree Manny, the Briar Rose Bed and Breakfast, the Log Cabin Inn of Lewistown, Happy Holiday, Yakima Family LLC, Harp Hospitality, Red's Diner, Boulevard Barbecue, Honey Creek Inn, and Southside Hoagie Shop, which, as you can probably understand, there's a lot of businesses that I'm sure we all have frequented quite a bit, so we're happy to see that they were able to receive these funds and keep their doors open. And another thing to note, each one of these businesses that received the grant had to demonstrate that they had expenses to prove that they had the funds that could benefit them. So every single one of these businesses truly could and demonstrate that they had the need for these funds, and so we're happy to see that they were able to go where they did. So.
And nobody got the maximum. I think the maximum was 50,000.
Correct.
We have policy to spread this out as best as we could, so no one really got the maximum that they were, let's say, entitled to, because we did have a lot of applicants.
Right.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
The motion would be to amend the services agreement that we have with Cedar Cog. And just a point of reference, this allows us to pay them because they had extra work to be done, $160 per applicant. So it's $2,000. I'll make a motion to approve the amendment number 2.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, Mark. Thank you. We have the appointment of Wayne McMullen, Lordstown, PA, the Mifflin County Industrial Development Authority, to fill an unexpired term. The term expires September 29, 2022. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a contract with Patrick J. Napoli, LLC, in Longville, PA, with PREA, which is the Prison Rape Elimination Act audit at the correctional facility, amount of $3,500. Morgan Bennett.
Morning. So Mifflin County is committed to reducing sexual abuse and sexual harassment of prisoners. Part of that commitment is to stay PREA compliant. This contract is with an outside auditor that will come in and inspect the facility using Department of Justice guidelines to certify us as being PREA compliant. Some of the things he's going to look at is the physical inspection of the facility, our staffing, our reporting requirements to the Department of Corrections and also to the Department of Justice, our policies and procedures, our screening procedures, orientation and classification, and also how we handle investigations and actual incidents. And this is a reoccurring every 3-year audit.
Mr. Warden, when would he start? I mean, when is this?
We are looking for the first week of November.
Okay.
It's usually a 2 to 3 day in-depth audit.
Okay, thank you. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Annex project, general contracting, change orders. There's 3. Script.
Good morning. First change order 1-022 is for miscellaneous curb and sidewalk work. We changed some elevations, and so we were required to change some planters in sidewalk and curbing area. The amount was $1,823.34. Change order 1023 was for a large window in the back alley area that we had to change the sizing on it. The amount of that was $432.64. And 1-024 is for the EFS revisions, which is the outside of the building. We had met several times with the architect and the commissioners on deciding how the outside of the building would look, and this is the what we came up with, and so there was a change order for $5,838.77.
Just a question on number 1. I believe we asked for that because we wanted to improve the accessibility, the handicap accessibility of the curbing.
Correct. One area was on 3rd Street on the far rear of the building that we changed it to a requirement that probably the state will require us to in a later date, so we made the change now. So,
Any other questions? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, Bonnie.
Yep.
With the bids for the road reconstruction for Granville Run Road is the CDBG project. Mr. Marks.
Thank you. This project is a road reconstruction project in Granville Township on Granville Run Road. It is repaving in the entire length of the road and then stone backup for along the edge of the road where needed, and also some minor milling. This is a project funding completed out of CDBG funds, and Glen Hall Baker was the low bidder at $136,860. This is a quantity-based bid, so we will be coming back with a change order later on, adjusting the final quantities after the project is completed there. So, which is that's typically how we bid a lot of our roadway projects, and based on usage. And so,
Can you mention who the other bidders are?
yeah. Second was HRI Incorporated of State College at $159,980. And third was J. Fulbright and Sons Incorporated at $192,831.50. It's my recommendation that we award it to Hall Bakers. Any questions?
What's the length of the road that they're going to be working on?
I believe it's 1,400 feet. I don't have an exact length of it, I didn't bring it. I can get that for you if you'd like.
I was just curious with the amount of money, how much that covered.
Randall Run Road, if you're familiar with it, it comes off of Route 103 past Angelo's and dead ends farther up the valley then, so.
Okay, any other questions? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, Doug. Bids for the South Side Improvement Project, ADA curb ramps. Got 4 bids.
Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about this, and I'm going to turn it over to our engineer, Lucas Parks, for the particulars on the project. Items J and K, are for projects in Lewistown Borough. These again are CDBG funded, and there are also some work being provided for Lewistown Borough, and we were hoping that their meeting, they were going to approve it on this past Monday night. However, they didn't have a quorum, so they're holding a special meeting on Monday, this coming Monday, to approve their portion of it. These are 18 and 19 funds. They are for road reconstruction and ADA sidewalk projects in the south end of Lewistown, specifically on the 500 and 600 blocks of South Grand and South Wayne Street, and also then on Wilson and Susquehanna Avenues. The first item J talks about the ADA curb ramps, and those will be for all those streets. We're doing several curb ramps in those areas to meet ADA compliant areas. And then we're also doing road repaving and milling in those areas. That would be item K. So I'm going to turn it over to Lucas, and he can talk more about the project.
Thank you, Doug. Good morning. As Doug had stated, these are CDBG projects in the borough of Lewistown on the south end of town down towards Green Gables. Contract 2021-01 for the ADA curb ramps is for about 29 ADA ramps plus restoration. The low bidder for that contract was Bowman Excavation in the amount of $75,377.01. The next low bidder was John Estace Construction out of Snowshoe at $126,005.35. Next was Glen Hallbaker at $139,185. And fourth was HRI Incorporated out of State College at $209,600. And with this one, we recommend awarding it contract 2021-01 for the base bid. We had some add alternates, but the funding was not in the program to pick up the additional areas. So the base bid for contract 2021-01 to Bowman Excavation.
Questions?
Do you have any concerns about the scope of the project there? It seems like we have a very wide variance on the bids, going from 75 to a high of 209.
We don't. Bowman Excavation, it is a newer contractor by name, but I believe they are a spin-off of a local contractor that's been in business for quite a while. They've been bidding on a handful of projects and have been up towards the top, but this is the first one that they are the low bidders. This is Davis-Bacon wage rates, so everybody does have to follow the same wage parameters for their employees. So we're going to keep a close eye on their payrolls and make sure everything's in line where it needs to be. But obviously with the two larger firms, they have a lot more overhead, and so their bid numbers per ramp just came in a little bit higher. And no, we don't have any concerns at this point.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next project, or the next contract, 2021-02, is for the paving of those streets. We're going to be milling off a few of the blocks that are in really bad shape. We're going to be reprofiling the streets to get the water to drain appropriately and provide adequate clearance at the curbs. And we had 2 bidders for that paving contract. Glen Hall Baker was the low bidder at $176,787.50, and HRI was the second bidder at $201,372. So we recommend award to Glen Hall Baker for contract 2021-02. Also to note here, we did a base bid just for the basic paving portion of all the streets to make sure we were within our budget, and we were also able to award alternates 1 through 5, which included the milling to do the streets right, and then also include South Juniata Street, 1 block of that, with those funds being completely contributed by Lewistown Borough.
When will these projects start, Lucas? About?
September 1st.
This year you're talking about?
Yep, with the funding from 18 and 19, there's some deadlines that we need to meet, so they will have 60 days to get all the handicap ramps, and then that will leave October and most of November to get the paving completed.
Because of the residents and the parking, when do they know that things are going to get done and they have to move their cars?
Yep, they had been notified by the borough here in the last 2 years. They send letters out ahead of time notifying them that the projects are coming. The main reason for that is so that the residents are able to get their curb and sidewalk cleaned up or fixed up. That way when we come through with the paving, everything is sort of up to date and current. So a lot of the folks have been notified, but I know we'll have our pre-construction meeting about a week in advance of them actually moving in. And I know there's a lot of notifications, and I know the borough will put it on their Facebook page and things like that.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Do you know if they can notify the people that regarding the paving of the street, people that have sidewalk issues, they can notify them about when things happen? I know on my street a couple of years ago, we had an issue where one of my neighbors replaced their entire sidewalk.
Yes.
And as soon as it was done, a matter of a couple of weeks later, they came and tore up the sidewalk and put that new ADA curbing in. He wouldn't have had to replace a whole lot, big section of his sidewalk.
Yep, and that's, when they send out the notices a year or 2 in advance to give people enough time to budget and schedule, you know, I think Rex does his best to try and call out the portions that are bad. And we've been working a lot, especially since the issue on Sunset there a couple of years ago. You know, we don't have the ADA ramps designed 2 years in advance, so it's a little unknown exactly how far back we need to go to meet the slope requirements of the ADA guidelines. But we're sort of, I think, being a little more cautious at this point that, you know, we would rather pay our contractor a little bit more than instantly replace something that somebody else did. I think the borough might have even worked with that resident a little bit to square up with a few of those, with some footage on that project. But yep, and then I mean it's been a pretty difficult with some of this with just the transitions at the borough over the last handful of years and staying coordinated between all the moving parts. So working with Doug and Chastity and everybody here trying to stay ahead of a lot of the confusion. So
All right, motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, Lucas.
all right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Doug. Under personnel, we have the hiring of Ashley Lesher for part-time corrections officer effective July 26, 2021. Hiring of Barry Gates for deputy warden effective July 26, 2021. Is there a motion to approve the items?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. No other business? We stand adjourned. Thank you.